So, you guys ready to learn some Dhoni? So, India's greatest fan, 17 countries, is now India's greatest captain. Angatalan Mahinder Singh Dhoni. We'd like to present you with a jersey.
We have the smartest duo in town, Shaka Harry and Mahi. Let's give it up to them!
Talk to you about where your inspiration food comes, and how does it marry with your entire cricket career, and how has it been? Just talk to me a little bit about food. Talk to me about your relationship.
Well, I think most of it is covered by a lot of media friends I have. Yeah, I don't think I was a very healthy eater to start off. The butter chicken story it's a famous story, where I would pick up the phone and the room service would be like, okay, sir, what do you want to have? So butter chicken, naan, this, that. Second call in the evening, just from the third time, they're like, okay, sir, same order. So I don't think I was a very healthy, clean eater, but as I got closer to my 30s, I had to change my eating habit. So a big part of me, still craves for it, but I've become more and more healthy. Try to cut down on the sugar, try to eat less fried food. But I'm still a firm believer that you can eat a bit of everything. You can be very active. I think that's the best thing you can do. You don't have to deprive yourself of food, because I always felt if I'm not looking forward to what I'm eating, the whole day becomes very boring. So, I love to eat, but I more calculate on the ways that if I'm eating so much, I need to burn so much. Whether it's in the gym, whether it's by playing some other sport, it can be cricket, football, badminton, tennis, anything. So that's my clear philosophy. I enjoy my food. I'm not big time into trying lots of different food. But I feel the Indian food is so great that I don't need to venture out too much. The taste and the flavors that comes from different part of India. So a big foodie in me, but yes, if you have to be very fit and fine, you have to be careful about what you eat.
So in all your travels, right? I mean, it can't be easy. I mean, we've heard of the grueling schedules that you have. Like get off a flight in 24 hours you're on the pitch. So, what are the places that you love traveling? Saying, hey, the food's great in these places, or what are the places you say, hey, listen, it's tough in terms of you said, it's from a food and readiness, game readiness. You struggle a bit of it.
Well, mostly it's the Commonwealth countries, where cricket is played. That's where I started traveling to. And most of the places have very big Indian community, so you always get Indian food. But it's always good to explore also. and I felt most of the places have very good food. The whole problem is how far you have to go for the food, or if you're craving for something, then where you need to go. Trying to find out where you need to go is used to be one of the biggest challenges. Now with Google and so many things, you can just put it and you'll have hundreds of reviews, so you know which place to go, which place is serving what kind of food. So it has become relatively easy. One of the challenges what I saw other cricketers have was, if they're a vegetarian, a lot of them are vegetarian on particular days and all of that. So for me, the biggest challenge was to keep a track, what day it is. So that's why I eat 7 days a week, I eat 365 days a year, because there's no guilt feeling in, I'm supposed to be a veg on this day and that day. But overall, I think we have options. We have so many options nowadays, and how the world is also shifting towards other sources of protein, because a lot of research has been done, and what has come out is you need to eat decent amount of protein. Every day you need to have good amount of protein in your meal, irrespective of whether you're a vegetarian or a non-vegetarian. So, that's what I try to do also. And, with God's grace, with the amount of Indian community that is all over the world, I don't think we are short of good food. Trying to find out is always an issue, but that's how it is.
It's interesting that you did a protein a couple of times, right? So talk to me about that. So you said you started off with this whole thing, but in athletes and sports people today, how have you seen the awareness or knowledge of proteins and knowledge of diet in terms of fitness change in the last so many years that you've been?
I think when it comes to all these research, I've been following it for last 10-15 years since I made my debut, which was 2004. And a lot of new research keeps popping up. Initially there was a big research done and they said, okay, this sole is the best for you to run and all of that. And every 5 years, 10 years, something new will happen. And all of a sudden, another research came and they said, bare feet running is the best you can do. So I'm like, in the last 20 years, you have been telling something else. Similarly with food also, a lot has changed. When we started playing cricket, they were like, okay, you should have more rotis, less rice. Then completely shifted and they are like, you may be gluten intolerant, all of that, try rice, try brown rice, white rice, all these things, millet, all of that came. But I feel one thing, that has remained throughout is the protein content in it, because the muscles, they will break down a bit every time you work out, and if the intensity is high, and then you need to supplement it, they need protein to repair the muscle. So I feel it's a big part and parcel, and we have to be very careful about how much protein we are taking in. And also athletes are now aware about how much carbs you need to add, what's the kind of fat content in the food and all of that. So I don't want to get too much into it, because I've always I was told myself, if you're having food that is well balanced, of course with slightly higher protein, and if you're very active, I don't think nothing bad can happen. The body takes care of itself. You just need to make sure that you are active, because the activity level in the current generation has gone down, because you get out of the house, you can see where the taxi is, where the Uber is, what the mode of transport. So you're not walking a lot, you're not moving around a lot. Bangalore has a lot of traffic, so I don't think people get a lot of time out of office to go to a gym, because that time they're in the car or in transport. So protein intake is very important, and we all take care of it.
So now a question that a lot of people in the Hollywood have, right? What's butter chicken loving Mahi doing with a company called Shaka Harry? Right?
Well, that was my first question also. When they inquired about me, I was like, listen, I'm a non-vegetarian. Okay, I was a late starter. I started eating non-veg when I was 14, and I've not gone too much into red meat and fish, but I eat chicken. So we were having this chat, and before he could tell, I was like, listen, I think people who we are targeting are not the vegetarians. Who we are targeting are actually the people who eat non-veg, but people like me who also want to give their system a rest of, not keep eating the red meat and the white meat and the eggs, and also, it becomes as an option where still you're supplementing the protein that is needed by the body, but you're giving your body a bit of rest also, because veg is considered to be slightly more better for the body. You digest, all the systems are in much better shape. So I told him, like, this is what we are doing. I think we are targeting these kind of people, and also people who were not for us to convert vegetarians, tell them, okay, you're a vegetarian, have this, it tastes like chicken. And they're like, I don't have a data bank of what chicken feels like, when I've never eaten chicken. So it was interesting, but I think we were on the same page once we had a chat and we realized, okay, this is what we're looking to do. And we want to provide people who eat non-veg, very good vegetarian options where the protein content is still very high, and the market we are, it needs to be tasty, and I feel that's what one of the emphasis was, that we want to provide snacks and foods and indulgences, that are very tasty. People should crave for it, people should come forward and they should want it.
I'm so close to World Cup, if I don't ask you a cricket question, they're going to lynch me.
I'm not playing the World Cup. The team has already left.
It's not too late though, I mean there are still flights going on, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
No, but where do you think our chances are? I know there's been a lot of
I think what we need to respect is each and every country that comes for the World Cup, they come very well prepared, and especially the shorter the format, the chances of good team or bad team, beating each other is very high, because like in a test match, you get more time. In a T20 format, one individual can change the game. They can literally take the game away from you, and it can happen in a matter of 15 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. So you have to be at your best. Every team prepares for it. There are like 5-6 teams who are very good. It will all boil down to how good we are on that particular day, and how well we have exploited the condition that has been provided. Other than that, when it comes to the team itself, it's a very nice team. They have been doing really well. So, in my mind, I'll be just like, okay, all the game days should be their days. They should be playing to 80 to 90% of their potential, and the other team also, if they play to their potential, I think will win more often than not. So, you don't want the bigger players of the opposition team, people who are big hitters or extraordinary bowlers. You don't want them to have an excellent day. That's it. Keep them in the check, and I think the result will take care of itself.
On that note, Captain, thank you so much for coming.
Because at the end of the day, the body breaks down, whatever you're eating into all the different things, protein, carbs, fat, this, that. So, it's just that often we have that assumption that when you eat non-veg, you get more protein or you're stronger and all of that. But, frankly, it's everybody's preferences. A lot of people are comfortable with different kind of food. So I don't think there's any question that you have to be a non-vegetarian to be fitter or to be stronger. I feel it's all eat what they are comfortable with. It's just that they have to keep in mind everything as to how active they are, what is the requirements. If you have a desk job and if you're not spending a lot of time moving around, then what is a better food to eat. That you have to decide for yourself, because it may not show in 15 days, but you'll be in job for ages. So after a month, 2 months, 3 months, it will start having an effect on you. So we have to be intelligent about what we eat, and whatever you want to eat, that's a personal preference that everybody has got. But be happy with what you're eating, because it's easier to keep following it once you're happy with your food. If you're not happy, you may practice it for 1 month, 2 months, but it becomes very difficult after that.
As long as it tastes like butter chicken.
Thank you so much.